Hello everyone, this is Gloria Di Pietro talking to you about my book, A Soul's Journey, and the work that I do as a past life regressionist. We are so much more than just this physical body. We think of ourselves as physical beings having a life experience, but we are actually spiritual beings taking on a body in order to experience a life on the physical plane. Everything that happens to us in this lifetime or in any other lifetime is recorded in the auric field. All memories are embedded in the subtle body. We are actually made up of many layers. The first layer coming out from the body is the etheric layer, then the emotional layer, followed by the mental layer, and then the astral layer. So moving out from the physical body, the first layer is the etheric field. The etheric field goes out about 6 inches from the body, and it surrounds the entire body. And it's also known as your chi or your prana or even your life force. Everything that happens to your body is imprinted on this field. But when it's blocked, when we have an unresolved issue that's stuck in the etheric field, it can cause blocks, and that leads to disease or dysfunction. That is another reason why it's so important to clear this up. Now, every physical experiences we've ever had in this lifetime or any other lifetime is imprinted on this field. So when we die and we drop this body, we pick up a new body, which you would think is pure, renewed. It has attached to it your soul essence, which is this etheric field. So all of these memories and all of these imprints from what happened before is now part of your new experience in the new body, in the reincarnated body. So the memories and the experiences stay with us from lifetime to lifetime until they're cleared up. The next layer is the emotional body. The emotional body is a field that carries vivid memories of unresolved feelings and emotional states from the present life to any life, any past life. And these feelings can encompass just about anything: fear, anger, depression, shame, humiliation, any emotional feeling that we've had that was unresolved is stuck in this emotional field. Now, the Buddhists believe that every time we have an encounter with another person, where words were said or actions were taken, and the emotional residue from this situation was unresolved, it creates a line to that person. It's like a tether to that person. So you can imagine over so many lifetimes and so many incidences and situations that we've been in, how many ties we have to so many different people. So that is why when we reincarnate and we want to work on a particular issue, those people that were involved in the original encounter, we're still attached to them in some way. So they will reincarnate with us as a soul group so that we can work out this situation with them. The next layer that we have in this auric field is called the mental body. The mental body carries obsessive, repetitive thoughts such as, I'll never be good enough, or I have to do it all alone. There is no one ever there to help me. Or I'm unlovable. I'll never find anyone to love me. These are the limiting belief systems that we carry with us from lifetime to lifetime, and they've been imprinted on our soul because of erroneous thoughts that people put there into our heads, and we believe them. These erroneous thoughts are very difficult to root out because we feel that either the parent or the teacher or the person in charge of us at that time in that lifetime knew better than we did. And we believed them. Like if a mother said to you, "You'll never amount to anything." And you think, well, my mother wouldn't lie to me. She must be telling me the truth. And so you believe it. And so this gets embedded into the mental body. Now, this could become a mantra for you in this lifetime that I'll never be good enough. And so you go on job interview and job interview and job interview, and you get turned down, or it's short-lived, you get hired, and then 6 months later you get fired. And so it's constantly reinforcing this idea that I'll never be good enough or I'll never succeed. And I've worked with people like this, and what I have to do is go back and tell me where this originated from. Is it something from your childhood in this lifetime? Is it something that happened in lifetimes ago? Now, in my experience as a regression specialist, I can tell you that a lot of incidences that happen in this lifetime, for example, this one where you get the idea that you're not good enough, may be a trigger point for you from something that happened earlier. So in my regression work, I will find out what happened in this lifetime and then look to go back and say, well, where did this imprint originate from? And then we go back to the lifetime where you could have been a slave and your slave owner told you you'll never be good enough. You're never going to be anything but a slave. So therein lies the complex. It's been resonating with you for many lifetimes. The next and final auric field that we're going to discuss today is the spiritual field, or the causal body. The causal body goes way, way out. It could go, like a mile out. Has the ability to connect us to other thought fields. And this is why when someone is thinking about you, let's say a friend that you haven't seen in a while, and all of a sudden you start thinking about them, and you pick up the phone and call them, and they say, oh my goodness, I was just going to pick up the phone and call you. I can't believe you're calling me now. It's because it's in the spiritual field or the causal body, and you're picking up on what they're thinking. And this is also called the collective unconscious. Basically, what this tells us is that we're here on this earth plane to learn certain lessons. And all these imprints and all these ideas that we have embedded in our auric field are here to teach us something. And in the work that I do, I find that usually when we clear up these complexes, we find out that it comes down to things, very simple things like how to forgive someone, how to love someone, how to discuss what happened with someone. There was a misunderstanding that never got cleared up. And we do this in the regression work on a spiritual level, using this field and all the information that we attain to clear up these complexes. And each time we do this in this physical plane that we're living in, we learn a lesson. And every time we learn a lesson, it propels us forward in our quest to evolve. And that's the whole point of this, is clearing up all of these different feelings, emotions, thoughts, things that we harbor, aggressive feelings towards other people. We try and learn from these experiences, clear them up so that we can move on. That's basically how this astral karmic field works. And next time we're going to talk about physical body imprints and what that does to us on the physical level. So ultimately, we journey here together to work together to help each other. I just want to thank you for listening and hope this clears up some questions you may have about the auric field and imprints on our spiritual bodies. Until next time, thank you so much for listening.